minutes to master, tools to explore. Let your imagination soar like never before. AI tool time with Rick McCarley, where your digital dreams come true.
One ignition.
Banana, a partner model, coming to Photoshop beta in a couple of weeks. Let me show you how it works. All right, let's start with a scene that I shot in studio. I wish I had him facing forward, but now with Nano Banana, that's pretty easy to do. Just make a selection of the whole scene, type in my prompt to not only remove the glare from his glasses, but have him face forward. And like magic, he's been turned.
Yeah.
Something I couldn't have done easily before. So now I'll just go ahead and drag that layer into the scene that I want him in. That will create an extra layer in this scene for me. And now I can begin my compositing workflow. So I'll go ahead and scale them down, get them into place. And then once I scale it down to the appropriate size, the next thing I'll need to do is remove the background. That is one click on the contextual taskbar.
Oops.
That will create a layer mask. And great, the background's been removed. Next up, I want to harmonize this.
So this tool's right there right now. It's just going to fix the shadows and the light.
Harmonize the layers and make the colors and shadows and lighting look right. But I still want to brighten it up just a little bit with that creative control that I have. And so now using the object selection tool, I'll select him as an object with one click, and then head over to my layers panel and add an exposure adjustment layer. And just like magic, I can adjust the exposure of just him without affecting the rest of the scene. Now that I got him looking good, the next thing I need to do is put his
Now watch this. This is nuts.
So make a selection using my selection brush, and thanks to Nano Banana, I can go ahead and edit that text with a prompt. Now, if you've ever tried to do this kind of work inside Photoshop, you know how hard it would be to replace that text. But I'll just type it in, replace the text with his name, Jimmy Slays, and just like magic, we can have Nano Banana replace that text for us. And there it is.
Oh, it does slay.
Thanks to our new partner.
So that's just next week, right? Right now, I spent all night last night. This is Firefly, and I'm going to show you what I did here. Take a look at these pictures. Take a look at the one on the top right. So I went all over the internet. In fact, the downloadable for this document is going to be all of this stuff that you see here. So over in Firefly, which is the image generator, the video generator that Adobe has. So if you're an Adobe subscriber, you can go there right now and start going crazy. I did these last night. I'm almost out of credits. I've got 500 more credits to go. But I started with my picture in a lot of these on the left, and we'll see what this looks like. The Nano Banana, I made it with a big giant banana in my arms. I put myself on a pommel horse doing cool stuff in this incredible place. So this is what I found on the internet. So I've collected a bunch of these together. So it's basically what Nano Banana does, says, here's Sam Altman's face, put it with this shirt, ChatGPT, and put him in that pose. Bingo. So I said, I can do that. And I did it better because I'm a graphic designer. I said, get rid of that background because it was a gnarly background. I mean, well, I guess it's not too bad. So this is what I said. Can you take the picture on the left with the turtleneck and place him wearing the, place him. Yeah. So I always do this by verbally doing this. Then I took this one. And so here's this little scene that I found. In fact, if you go into Firefly, I'll show you in just a minute, you can get stock photography in there. And so I mixed these chairs together. So if you look at the chair on the left, I didn't quite get the whole flower on it, but the entire thing is glass. And then I said, make a picture of me and make it broken glass up behind me and make the staircase with glass topped stairs. Ouch. Wow, that's cool. All right, here you go. Number two. Here's what we had on the left, and I wanted to change me. So I think I'll go back and I'll change. Brandon, you want to be the gorilla this time? you get to be the guy, and I'll be the gorilla. Actually, I trained the gorilla's face is mine, actually. So now here's one that blew me away. So a long time ago, this was in the Saturday Evening Post, I believe, right? And it's about the science and education of the arts not getting the money and wars getting the money. So I said, hey, make this look real. Damned if it didn't. I mean, if a couple of upscales, I did not upscale, I did not retouch. Even in the bottom left-hand corner, you've got a woman with a plate. There's a kid up in the top. It looks like a kid in the other one. And there's spider webs I didn't even realize was on the first one. I mean, that's just nuts. So here's the classic one that you see. Now, what I did is I put her, the original one that I found online was like this, all these pictures on the left. And I just cropped it. I gave it to it. And I said, put on Miami Beach with palm trees, sun setting. I didn't even ask for the parrot to wear the headphones, but damned if it didn't. And look at the little Martian hanging off the side of the pink purse. This is nice. Okay. Got to do a selfie with all my bros, right? And brohemes. Yeah, sure. Why not? Now, this is kind of crazy. So it was the anniversary of Mel Fisher found in the Etosha. These are all my photographs I took from the Miami Herald. That is Mel Fisher, who I found the first treasure chest he has his hand on. This picture went for $18,000 to Time magazine. And then it got kicked off the cover of the magazine because of the Soweto riots, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the coin. He stuffed that in my BCD. Yes, that's Jimmy Buffett down at the bottom. And those silver bars are worth about $40,000, and they weigh 70 pounds. And there was literally a football field of those down there that we went over to go scuba diving with Mel Fisher. So I said, hey, then I saw a picture somebody had posted just of a sideways portrait of the Nuestra de Atocha. And then I said, make it a cover of National Geographic with a hurricane coming behind with the Spanish flag. Boom, boom, boom. Now I could go in and fix the photo credit or the illustrator's credit. That's it. I just said, do it. And it did it. Now this one blew me away. I just did this morning. The pictures you see on the top left side of the screen are taken in black and white, push process film, 3200 ISO. It was horrible, like 10-foot visibilities, Nikona's film camera, 15 millimeter, that I took from Miami Herald. We were doing these stories about submarines. Then I said, basically, can you take this black and white photograph that's grainy and messed up and make it truly photographically real in color? Make the water clear so you could see the scuba diver with his camera and strobe? Whoa. Now, that top one, in fact, here you go. It produced a 419 megabyte file. I don't even know how it did this. Now, not all of them did this, but this is inside of Firefly, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. So I got two parts to this. I'm going to show you what happens in Firefly in a minute. And then, but this is insane. I mean, down to the rivets and the stickers on there. I'm still scratching my head. I just can't believe it worked out that way. So if you want to find out about, this is a guy I came across, the Design Hacker. So go look for the Design Hacker. You'll find him out there. He's the guy in the bottom right over there with a banana picture in front of him. He's really doing some really cool stuff. And that's where he went out and he created this PDF with all the pictures that I just showed you and a bunch more. So you can download these from him. So go over and say hi. He also has some great stuff that he can show you there too. So here's one of the ones. These were all on Twitter. So this is Travis Davids that made this picture. So I guess a cool lifestyle picture. Then it put it in an Apple store. And that's the quote, right? And then here we are, another one. These are all done in Gemini directly using Nano Banana inside of Gemini. So probably some of you have tried this. It's like the Ghibli moment for Studio Ghibli moment for Gemini. And luckily, we're not stealing too much of anybody's intellectual property to do it. This one's nuts. So there's the field. And this is Dennis Hassabis, of all people. Yes, sir, Dennis Hassabis, the DeepMind guy that saw protein folding and beat, the Go champion player in the world, right? And make me an isometric. I mean, this is crazy. And then here's all the stuff. Make me a meal. Oh, yeah, you get it. This is unlike any other way that we've ever been able to work in history. And it's consistent characters. So there's so much more we can do. And then I'm going to demonstrate that real quick. Over in, now I'm using, oops. Oh, am I not in the right place? Oh, I need to go over to a new tab. That's it. Whoa, this is crazy. Trying to figure out where I am. Okay, here we go. All right, so do you see the right screen now, Brendan?
We are seeing exploring new ways to create with firefly.adobe.com.
Okay, so this is Firefly, and guess what? So Adobe Firefly, so it's firefly.adobe.com. So I am in Perplexity's Comet browser. You can see that up here. I can also bring up the assistant if I want to find out about it. But let me walk you through, because this is not the old Adobe. It's getting cool. So now Firefly, which generates images, generates video, translates video, text to vector, text to sound. Oh, if you want to have some fun, you go in there and you say like ooh, and you say howl like the moon, and it's a real sound of a howling wolf howling at the moon. And then you can put it with your video that you did over here. Then you can translate it to Chinese or 57 other languages or whatever it is. Then you can go into Photoshop on the web. Yes, I used that today. It's just as good, and it's fast as heck, which is nuts. I don't even know how they do this stuff, right? So a couple of things you got. You've got the home, which is you come in here and you describe an image. So we can just start right here, type in a thing, and we can get a video, and we can get a vector, and we can get an image right there. If we go over to video, we'll take a look at some of the videos, and also text to avatar, which is now there already. Enhancing your speech. We should fix my speech because I'm not sounding too good today, right?
And I just got to give Adobe credit because when Nano Banana first launched, everyone was like, "Photoshop's dead," and Photoshop said, "Uno reverse, we're putting Nano Banana inside of Photoshop."
That's
and
it. And
with all of these tools,
you
know, this is important too. With all of these tools, whether you're using Photoshop or Nano Banana inside of Gemini or just ChatGPT, there's a big push right now in the industry against AI slop because a lot of these tools are capable, when not properly prompted, of producing lackluster content. It's beautiful lackluster content, but it lacks depth. It lacks
storytelling.
Character.
There's no storytelling. That's what human beings want to see and hear. I mean, it is kind of cool to take your pug dog and make him a street gangster, but so this is their gallery. This is what's going on. The people. So this looks like Midjourney. In fact, if I went to Midjourney right now, it's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. So just to give you an idea of what I've been doing, this is the stuff I've done. There's that picture I just showed you. So if I click on that, this is actually my page where I generated this. So now I can go keep on going and do this again. I can star it. I can add it to my gallery. So that's there. So I'm going to show you how I did all of this, and this is nuts. So I'm going to go to the next thing. I got it set up kind of framed. So what you're looking at here is, well, let me go do it the right way. So you go to right up here, the boards under beta, and you can create as many of these boards as you want, and you can share them with other people, which is super cool. So I've got one that I've done for Year Without Summer. I've got a brand design project I'm working on with my students, but here's the board that I created, all the stuff that you saw a minute ago. So take a look at this. So now I've invited a couple of people. I'm in here twice, I guess, right? So what this is a giant board, and you get to design it. You go Command plus, and you can zoom into the part that you want to look at. And I put the labels on here because you can do that, right? So here's my first one. So I just placed this up there. So that's that. That's the logo. Here's the picture. There's a picture. And then you can select a bunch of pictures, and you can turn them into an artboard. So here's the stuff I've been doing right now. I'm working on my play here for this picture. And then it has all the stuff that you have on this board. Now you kind of scoot around the page, and there is. So I asked it for, can you take a picture of the man on the left with the turtleneck, place him in a hit movie set in front of a black Bugatti motorcycle wearing black shoes. So there were 3 pairs of shoes. I'm like, I want to make sure it got the black ones, right? So I think it got this pair of shoes. Yep. And the watch, right? And the helmet's on the back of the thing. There's the movie set. And the rest of the stuff, just put it over there in a junk pile. Okay. I can do that. And there's that, right? So, I mean, this is nuts. So just to give you the idea, so one of them that I did, some of them didn't turn out that great. There was the first one that had the XAI kind of logo there. This is what I'm working on now. So how you do it, in fact, let me see if I can get it to work here for you, is that you simply click down here, and then you point to the picture that you want to use. So I can use it to describe the picture. So it will describe the picture. So if you don't know what it is, kind of thing, or use as a style reference. Now, then I pick which model. If you want to make something that's just straight up, put words, Firefly does okay. But here's the other ones. In fact, you have to turn them on. I would highly recommend that you use Flux Context Max. So you can give it 12 different things and it'll put together one picture, right? ChatGPT is built in. Okay, so that's conversational editing. When I'm doing all my illustrations, I talk to it to get my prompts, and I go to ideogram to execute, because 3 minutes is way too long to spend on any kind of image. And then you've got ideogram is in here and runway. Guess what? You have all these models when you go make video too. So you could take one of these and go over and make video with it. But the one we're talking about is, where is it? Where is my, did I run out of credits? Oh, that could have been. Son of a gun, I may have run out of credits. Okay, well, I'll try. So our nano.
You can't run out of credits live.
I know, right? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so you basically say the style, composition. This is just like Midjourney. You then pick your aspect ratio, and then what I'm going to say is, turn this into a color photograph where the submarine is yellow and the divers are swarming around. It looks crystal clear, just like in the Caribbean, with blue-green water. So you tell it what you want, and you are Steven Spielberg, and then it will generate it right here. Now, since I'm using the Firefly model, it's going to generate 4. And
now, Rick, for those of us who are not in the Adobe ecosystem, what is the benchmark requirement to access what we're talking about here?
Firefly is free. I think you get 20 per day that you can kind of go in there and do. Oh, there you go. Okay. So this isn't as good as what. So the difference between Firefly is basically looking at the structure and trying to get something that looks close. I said a yellow thing, so it knows that. So it's reading this, looking at that, trying to mimic it. In the case of Nano Banana, which is 2.5 Flux, I don't know why that's not here. It might be. So you could do Flux. I'm sorry, not 2. Gemini. Oh, there it is. Geez. Okay. Let me do that again. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use this as an image reference. So you probably want to use an image reference, and I'm going to use the same command I just did, and then I'm going to generate. So this is what Firefly would do. Now, what you do with this, let me zoom out just a bit. So this is a big giant board you're kind of playing with, right? And you hold down the space bar. Oops, don't click on something. You hold down the space bar, and you can zoom around this, and you can go zoom down so you can see. Command minus, command plus, and let's see how it's doing. And there it is. Oh my God. I think I asked for too many divers. All right, so what do we do with that? It comes out really small, and I'm not sure about the scale of this right now, but here we go. This is a little extra, right? But look at this. Now, well, the one I just did is 300 megabytes. I asked for more divers. Guess what I got? I got a lot of divers. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And you could go up here and you could actually click on it and download it here. You can vary the exposure so you can get a different one. You can load up the prompt. You can edit with ChatGPT, Flux, context, add text, generative fill, generative expand. So if I want to go in there and take out some divers, I could. And then I can also download it. So I download it, or I can export it as a PDF even. Now, I would recommend PNG is the file format that has no compression. So there's no artifacts. JPG is compression. There will be artifacts. It's going to degrade the image. PDF just isn't a practical thing. So PNG or JPEG is great. So I would pick PNG. Then I've got a pristine image and 493 megabytes. That's nuts. So that's basically what it does. So it does have the little logo that says embedded in this. Oh, this is really interesting. So Adobe is the creator of the content credentials. Every picture, and Google is the first company to embed it in every single picture it creates, period. What does that mean? The federal government needs to tell Facebook, You got to put a visible watermark on it, says content credentials for every picture generated by AI, so nobody gets accused of trying to create fake news. We could have solved that a long time ago. Adobe's given us a free tool, Adobe Content Credentials. Then you can see that it's recorded on this date that I made this image. So it's embedded and invisible. You can literally put it anywhere. And if you on LinkedIn, you'll see the CR icon. That is Adobe's. Nikon cameras, Sony cameras, all the Canon cameras. They all have cameras now that you can turn it on or turn it off. New York Times, and if you're a journalist, you got to turn it on. And if you're going to win a Pulitzer, you have to have the raw file available for them to take a look at, because people aren't quite sure that you are doing what you're doing, right? So that's pretty cool, right? So what do you think so far?
I think we are living in the future, in the present. I mean,
we are crazy future, right?
Maybe not with so many divers, like all swarmed around that sub.
Yeah, just to show you, and there's a little bit of weirdness with zooming in and out. I still haven't quite got used to it. Now I hope this is going to work. So this is my play, Year Without Summer. I'm working right now to try to fix Frankenstein, because I want Frankenstein to be a bit more attractive as he gets older, right? So I don't want this face. I want, where is he? Sort of, well, no, that's not the one. But I have a face of what I want Frank to look like. So when he gets older, but right here within it, this is a video. Now I could take that and use it to create an image, right? So here's some images that I made before. I haven't tried this yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, I'm going to take Frank, and I'm going to say, make him more attractive, right? Make him look like this. And I actually have a picture that I'm going to use. So I now have the capability to come here and then say, this is his face, make him more attractive, right? I'm not going to do it right now, but you get the idea. So the way that you get pictures in here is you simply go here, add images from your device or cloud storage, and then it comes in here on the right hand, and then you have text that you can add. Oh, and also, and this is super cool, if you want to have this picture, and this picture, did you notice that we have, in fact, let me just do it with a couple here so you'll get the idea. So I can go here and I can arrange them into a group. I can align them. I can download all of them together, or I can collect these items. And then I can make, I believe, I can open them in Photoshop. When I put them right there and I collected them, these now are on a board called Artboard number 2. Now you saw the pictures of all the different clothes and everything. In order to have it say, this is one picture, I want to take this pair of shoes and the watch and everything, right? You just make an artboard. And then you say, take this and put these characters together in one scene. So it's looking at this as a whole. And so when I click an artboard, I can say, I want to use this collective bit of work, this composition, and then I want to do something like create duplicates of this. Wow. Use as a composition reference. Okay. Then I can say here, and I'm going to use not the Firefly, but come on, don't hide again. Flash, Gemini Flash. So I haven't added it to this artboard. This is what it will tell you. You're confirming you're using it. Does use some credits. It's super cheap, by the way. It's less than, I think it's 0.03 cents per generation, which is insanely good. And then I'm going to come back here and let me just grab this little picture here. And then I'm going to come here. I don't know if this is going to work because I haven't tried this one yet. Give me a picture of all of these characters in one setup, in one stage. So Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Widowmaker, a spider in one scene inside a cathedral with glowing light and candles on stage. I got no idea if that's going to work, but here we go. And then it will generate right there. And then what you do is you take the generation, just drag it up. So I'll drag this up there just so you can kind of see. This is when I had just Firefly. So you can see Firefly didn't quite do, ooh, oh my God, it worked. Look how fast that was. You ready for it? Oh my God, that did it. Okay. I don't even know what to say with this. That's insane. I mean, it's even got, oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to download that puppy and just kind of see what it looks like. I just can't believe this thing.
Halloween hits different in the AI range.
Yeah, so what I would do is then go in and work on it. So I'd get the cute face. So I would take this literally, and then I would say, take this face and put that on him. It just heard Frankenstein and Dracula, and it did that. And the Widowmaker is not a woman like it was in my picture. So I don't know that it had that as a reference. I probably should have spent some more time. If you open up an actual reference down here, you're going to get the reference. And I think you can do 4, I think is the max. But if you have a sheet where they're all on one sheet, an artboard, it should work to make that happen. But that ain't bad, and that's usable. Then I can upscale this. And of course, I'd say some other things. So adding references here is super easy to do.